Hello and welcome to Crypto Exposed. Did David Schwartz admit that XRP must be a high price? Let's get into this one. Okay, so I was on X and I saw this post from Crypto XRP. And I'm assuming a good amount of people have probably seen this already, and I'm sure it's sparked a lot of debate. And as always, I'm here to add to the debate, right? I'm always here to add my 2 cents in and, get people talking and see what people think. So, Crypto XRP had done a post where she'd basically found a post by David Schwartz on Quora, okay? And it's basically him discussing XRP and saying about XRP's price and what that would do for Ripple as a business, okay? So I'm going to get into this properly now, but before I do start, I'm just going to ask guys, if you could subscribe to the channel, I'd really appreciate that, as that helps me continue to give you guys this kind of content and it really helps the channel. So if you could subscribe, that would be much appreciated. Thank you. Okay, let's get into this, right? So I'm going to just give a quick breakdown now and then I'll go into it in a bit more depth after I've read the whole thing. Is David Schwartz saying that XRP has to be a high price? No, he isn't. However, is he saying that XRP will run more efficiently at a high price? Yes. There's a difference here and there's a distinction that we have to make, okay? So the reason why I'm saying to you guys this is important to differentiate the two is because what this is telling you is there's no guarantees of what is going to happen. And that's what I want to make clear with this, right? What David Schwartz is essentially saying is it doesn't have to be a high price, but it being a high price will be beneficial for them as it will make them be able to target higher value payments for cheaper. Right, which is part of their business model. So what would this ultimately mean? It would mean that Ripple will obviously be aiming to get XRP price up because that will help them to be able to target higher value payments, right? But what that doesn't mean is it doesn't mean that they're just going to set the price to be high. Because this is the thing, right? After I read this, if you think about this, if this is true that they would just set the price, why wouldn't they have just done it by now anyway? Right? Why wait? There's no reason to wait. If they want to target higher value payments and they want to get more banks involved, wouldn't you just set the price already so banks could actually test it out with a high price and then see how well it works? Right? There's no reason to hold back the price if that's the case. Set it high from the get-go so banks can see how well it can work. So no, it's not going to be a thing where they're going to set the price, but it is a thing where them having a high price is what's going to help them gather more banks to want to utilize XRP and allow Ripple to do higher value payments, right? So let's actually get into this and read what was said here. So this was a post by someone and then we'll get into what David Schwartz said. So someone said, if banks were to adopt Ripple, which means they have to purchase XRP, would they not want to keep the market price of XRP low? If XRP is finite, i.e. cannot be mined, then wouldn't that hinder mainstream adoption? And David Schwartz replied, no, the price of the XRP you need to make a $1 million payment will always be at least $1 million. The truth is precisely the opposite. Higher prices tend to correlate with higher liquidity, which means cheaper payments. Imagine if you wanted to use Bitcoin as an intermediary currency to buy a house worth $1 million back when Bitcoin was priced at $100. In the process of trying to buy enough Bitcoin to buy the house, you'd push the price up significantly. And when the recipient tried to convert those Bitcoins into their local currency, they'd push the price down significantly. The effect would be so bad that back then it would not have been practical to use Bitcoins to buy a house. Now, with Bitcoin over $10,000, that's a cinch. You can buy $1 million worth of Bitcoin without moving the market significantly because the price is higher, and so you need a smaller fraction of the available Bitcoins to do. So, a higher priced asset is a better vehicle for payments, at least if you're targeting high value payments. Right, so I completely agree. That makes total sense, right? So the higher the liquidity, the harder it is to budge the price, so it won't be as volatile, right? So this is the kind of stuff where, you know, people say XRP was designed to be $10,000 plus because of this kind of theory, right? Now, this is the thing. I completely agree in regards to the price becoming stable as mainstream adoption comes in, because once you've got mainstream money involved in XRP, yes, that's going to be mass adoption, right? And so there's going to be a lot more liquidity flowing through XRP. The higher that goes, the higher the liquidity goes into XRP, the more stable XRP will become. And that's just like the whole crypto market. That's not necessarily just specific to XRP. Like, this is why, for example, when you look at Bitcoin now, if you look at what it takes to move Bitcoin's price, it's a lot more than it would take to move XRP's price or AVAX's price or Cardano's price, right? All these other cryptos will flip a lot more volatile than Bitcoin would. Why? Because there's more value in Bitcoin, right? But no one set the price to Bitcoin for that to happen. It naturally got there through supply and demand. Do you see what I'm saying? And that's where I'm just trying to make you guys understand. This isn't a thing where they're going to just set the price. No, that's not going to happen. But if mass adoption does occur, which is what Ripple will be aiming to do, then yes, mass adoption will help the price become more stable because more liquidity will be flowing through XRP, right? And that's when they could start to target higher value payments because the asset will be less volatile, which will allow for more stable payments, right? So yes, that makes sense. It does. But this is the thing. That doesn't mean it's guaranteed that XRP will succeed. This is what Ripple's mission is now, and this is why they've got work to do. And that's why when you look at the price now, it's still like 50 cents, right? Because they can't just set the price. They have to work at getting this up. They have to get the banks to want to get involved and continue to utilize XRP. And that's the journey. And that's why, guys, I'm just trying to make you understand. It's not that I'm saying that these things are not possible. I'm saying that there's work that needs to be done. But this is why I am bullish on XRP, because I believe Ripple can succeed. I believe Ripple can pull this off because they have technology that is groundbreaking. They can change the face of payments. So do I think that this can be successful? Yeah, absolutely. Yes. Now, what I will say is, do I think it has to be $10,000? No, personally, I don't think it has to be that kind of price, because what you've got to understand is the value of what Bitcoin is completely different to what the value of XRP is, right? Because XRP has a significantly higher circulating supply than Bitcoin. So it takes way less value and liquidity to up the price of Bitcoin than it would XRP. So it doesn't necessarily mean that XRP also has to be $10,000 and above. XRP could be, say, let's say $20 or $100, and that could still be stable for them, right? So I'm not saying that this means it's going to go into the thousands, guys. I'm saying that it just needs liquidity to make it stable. The price, I don't know. I'm not going to tell you exactly what the price would have to be, because I'll be honest with you, I don't know for sure. So I'm not going to just sit here and speculate and guess, because I'm not here to trick my audience. I'm here to be honest with you guys. I don't know what the price would have to be. I personally don't think it has to be $10,000. I don't. I think people think because David Schwartz has said something like this, they've took it and misinterpreted it. This is an example. He's not necessarily saying that's exactly what XRP has to be as well, right? But I do think XRP will get to a point where it can be higher. And this is just one thing for you guys, right? Just to still stay excited. Even if you're thinking now, okay, oh, you know, I want it to go to $10,000. I believe it's going to go to the $10,000. Guys, XRP right now is like 50 cents. I don't know the exact price because I haven't checked in a while, because I know it's not really doing, you know, it's not doing that great. So I'm not always watching it every day. But it's around like the 50 cent region, right? Like, guys, if you get enough XRP right now, let's just say it goes into like triple digits over time. Do you know how much money you can still make right now from that? So even if you guys are just dollar cost averaging into it, right, over the long term, you're still going to make amazing money. Like, it doesn't have to be $10,000 or nothing. Like, you can still make great, amazing money with this. And so this is one thing I just want to make you guys aware. Whenever I'm talking about this stuff with XRP, I'm not negative on XRP. I'm just realistic. And that's what people get confused. They think if I'm not saying certain prices, I'm just not a believer, or I don't think it's going to do well. I think XRP is going to do amazingly well. That's why I'm in XRP. XRP is my biggest holding, I'll tell you that, of any crypto. So I believe in XRP more than any other crypto that I have. Okay? But I'm just realistic with it. And I still know that I can make good money with the price points that I believe it can get to. So to me, it doesn't change anything, guys. Right? So this is a real great find by Crypto Eri, a real gem here, giving us real great information. It gives you a peek into the mind frame of what Ripple are trying to do, and David Schwartz, of course. So it just lets you know that, yes, is Ripple trying to get XRP to be a higher price so they can start looking at higher value payments? Yeah, of course, right? Because just using this example that David Schwartz has mentioned, like buying a house, do you not think Ripple would want XRP to be utilized for that kind of stuff? Like property and all those kind of things, when you know that they're doing stuff like tokenization and stuff like that and CBDCs? Of course, right? Of course. So great stuff here, man. Real great stuff here. And so I completely agree with what David Schwartz has said. And overall, as I say, it doesn't mean it has to be a high price, but it does mean that will make XRP more efficient. And that would be Ripple's goal. So that is what they're going to be trying to do. And that's what we're going to see over time. That's what we're going to see, Ripple's mission now, to try and get XRP more adopted to reach that goal. But what do you guys think? XRP has to be a high price. Do you agree with what I've said? Do you think that this is not necessarily a thing of it having to be a high price, but more that that's going to be Ripple's mission to make it a high price, as that will be more efficient for XRP? Do you think that Ripple will achieve that goal in making XRP a high price? Or do you not agree with me? Do you think that this actually does mean that XRP is guaranteed to have to be a high price, or that they will set the price? And do you think that this is something that will definitely happen in time? Let me know your thoughts, guys. I'll be interested to hear. Thank you very much for watching this. If you did like it, please remember to drop a comment, like, and subscribe. But until next time, take care.